Hi everybody, Art Conforti here to talk to you about Valentine's Day 2025. How was it for you? Love to hear your concerns and comments. Do you feel you've done anything this year that you hadn't done in the past? Did you think about all my statements that I made about taking the 13th for your delivery days? Take every early order that came in and put it on delivery for the 13th. At the end of the order, explain to the customer they'll receive it there perfectly in time for Valentine's Day by ensuring it on the Thursday delivery. There's many ways to do this, but you have to really coach your sales team. Very few flower shops do this. Most shops just want to open up their doors and let the phone calls come in and fill the orders. Well, that's the tail wagging the dog. At Beneva Flowers, we always controlled the experience. We wanted our customers to get what they wanted, but we asked the right questions. Are we going to hurt them by delivering it a day early? Hopefully not, but you knew that by speaking to them. Well, I want to send them to my wife or my girlfriend. Well, anytime on the 14th will work. We can't promise a time, but if you take it on the 13th, you'll have it there all day on the 14th. We had several shops that did very well by doing that. I did very well. I took it for the 12th, 13th, and the 14th, and we're going to have a podcast coming out tomorrow where we had our guest Lisa from Abbott's Florist. She's going to tell us about her Valentine's Day and what happened at the end. You won't want to miss it. I'm also going to talk to you about what Mike and I did. My operations manager back in the time for Beneva is now working with us at Bloomerang. He's going to share his thoughts and ideas on what happened. You want to talk about messing up a Valentine's Day? I don't think you could do it any worse than I did. The worst! But I always believe that that's what got me better, was by pushing the envelope, really. So, love to hear more from you. Many of you have a lot of thoughts that are still current on your mind. Please write them down. Make notes for next year so you can do that much better. And I'm so happy to talk about it. If you'll leave some messages here, I'll be able to respond to them and help you. Don't just look to the next flower shop down the road, down the street, across the town, see how they're doing. I have so many people do that. I've got a guy in Bradenton here says, I've talked to so many people and they all told me everything was down. You're talking to the wrong people. Look at this with the roses. Is anybody thinking about Rolls Royce? Is anybody thinking about what does 96 roses have to do with the Rolls Royce? This is just how I'm wired. I'm going to be doing another video on Artie's Always Selling. Like they said that as if that was a bad thing to do. If I like something, why wouldn't I want to offer it to other people? I've sold many things that are not mine. Wouldn't you? If you like Starbucks, wouldn't you tell people how much you like it and why? Dunkin', whatever it is that you like. I love flowers and I love everything I do. And people don't know how to take me because I'm always selling it. Oh, you're going to make money on it. Look, don't buy it. Let's just have a conversation. Nobody's making you buy anything. So that's going to be another video. I can't wait to share some of my thoughts on that. But in this case right now, Valentine's coming and going, and you're trying to fill orders, and I'm trying to get the deal with Rolls Royce. How cool would it be to have 96 rose bouquets commemorating the 96 roses that were used to make this to make this car? It was in the dashboard. 96 rose petals were used. So I thought every time they sell a Rolls Royce, why not give the customer a vase of 96 roses and an explanation for the drop tail? This is a $32 million car. What are you thinking now? What does that mean? How about every time they sell a $32 million car, we send out some roses? Wrong. That'll never happen. But you know you're going to sell one or two maybe in a year. What you do is you put that on every Rolls Royce sale. Now people are getting 96 roses with a nice message explaining what that is. It's commemorating our 96 rose petals in our drop tail, special name that they have for it, a nice description of it. You're cross-promoting your product. Thanks to who? Your local florist. We do so much for people. We're not just marketers, we're florists. We get the message. We are the vehicle of a message. You have to start looking at yourself more than just a florist. Not that there's anything wrong with being a florist, but you're also a communication option. You are what makes a period turn into an exclamation point and maybe a question mark. Think about that. I mean, this industry is fun. It doesn't stop for me. Mike says it best on the podcast, because one time he told me it was just flowers. That's how we got to 70% market share. And you want to know what? Most people, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. I want to teach you how to do it. Why did Beneva own the west coast of Florida with volume and all that, and everybody else is struggling just to get their business off the ground. Call me, talk to me, leave a message. I'm not your enemy. I'm not better than you. I'm just driven like nobody you've ever met probably. And I know I can help you. You want to listen to the reps who are also understanding this is a good way to do things? Do you want to listen to your competition or your employees? All the people that speak to you based on what they're capable of doing? Or do you want to go to me and say, hey, how'd you do it? What can I do in my business? So let's talk about a few tips I'm going to give you today. Look at your number of sales by the hour. So if you were open 8 hours and you did 1,000 deliveries, that's 125 deliveries an hour. In 8 hours, that's 1,000 deliveries. I just used that number for a figure. Whatever the number is, divide it by 8, and that's how many you can do an hour. So understand that when Valentine's Day comes around, no matter what you're thinking, you're only selling that many products. Doesn't that make it simple? Kind of boring, right? You're not gonna make much money like that. Well, you know, I spoke to that guy, Art, I was watching this video, and he said, we should make deliveries on the 13th. Doesn't it make sense now? If you could do 1,000 deliveries on Friday, let's say 500 deliveries on Friday, and then you can do 500 deliveries on Thursday, now you doubled your business. It's up to you. I can only present and show you, and then you can email me or call me if you want to do better. Organize your vehicles. Every vehicle, in my opinion, should be under your control. So many flower shops called Johnny and Betty and Joey and Louie and this nice little couple. They come every year and they make the deliveries. She's in the car, he's out on the road. Great. And what happens when one of them disappoints you? What happens when one gets sick? What happens if something doesn't go right? You not only lost the driver, but you lost your vehicle. I've done all of the above, every single one of them. So I thought to myself, if I've got the vehicles here, I've got half of the equation done. Now I just gotta get a body in there to make the delivery. So we rented vehicles from Hertz or Enterprise, and you're always fighting against Federal Express because they're always renting vehicles too. We used marker, chalk, whatever. We put numbers on the back windows, upper right-hand corner. So when you're driving down the road, people know what number truck it is. We don't want reckless drivers out there. We want to know if somebody is not driving properly. So we put it right up there, so if they call in, they know what vehicle it was, and we make sure we note that. So order in your vans, line them up with the proper holders, and I know this is all going to cost money, it's going to take time, but it's going to ensure a better delivery. That's done. Next thing, brand your flowers. Don't let something go out that doesn't have your name on it. Remember the first thing that happens when people receive flowers. Whoop, off goes the card. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Life goes on. Those flowers are unclaimed now. When you go into the restaurant like this picture I'm showing you, there's this beautiful bouquet. We don't know where it came from. Anyone can take credit for that. Matter of fact, I made these boxes that you had from FTD back in the day that you could put your flowers in. I put my logo on there and about 30 other flower shops. And what I would tell people is when you go to the hospital, leave one or two holders for the staff. For what? For other people that are trying to transport their flowers home and they don't have a holder for them. So rather than just dumping the water and laying them on the ground or in the back of the car, they could put it in our box. So it's not our work, but now everyone's walking out of the hospital with Beneva flowers in their hand. How's that for a tip? Was that worth watching my video? I've got so many more. I promise you, make sure you like and subscribe. I've got plenty like that. Now, every arrangement goes out with an indicator made by Mary, name of the flower shop. Now you've got all this free marketing. Take advantage of it. It's Valentine's Day. When that person walks through the office and everybody's got roses, the next thing everyone's looking at was where they come from, where they come from, where they come from. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, add-ons. You should be expecting an add-on with every single order. There's no reason for anyone to order flowers at Valentine's Day and not offer a balloon, a teddy bear, box of chocolates. And when you talk about chocolates, let's talk about that a little bit. Godiva. Why? Because everyone knows it's overpriced and you meant well. You wanted to get your Valentine the best of the best. Maybe they won't like it, but you tried and you went right to the top. Sure, there's better chocolatiers around. Every town has Betty Boop's homemade chocolates of some name and some sort, but that's not going to make people want to spend another $20, $30, $40. I would buy Godiva chocolates and make very little on them, but it was a box of Godiva, and very little of a large number is better than a lot of a little. But make sure that everyone goes out the door with your product glowing your name. If you want to really get customers to buy with you, use the reward points. See, back in the day, Teleflora, I don't even know they had reward points. We came out with the very first website that I created that had reward points.
Where would you shop? If you can go to shop A and spend $100, or go to shop B and spend $100 and get 100 points, why would you go to shop A when shop B is giving you 100 points? We try to get all of our shops to do that. Now, the last tip, at the end of the holiday. Right now, it's slow in your store. I just have a gut feeling. If you don't have any weddings this weekend, you're dead as a doornail. Why aren't you sending out surveys? We had the honor of delivering this beautiful gift for you. Mail that out to them. Email it to them. That's fine. We can do it through our email program. You can do it as well. And let them take the survey and give them a $10 gift card for doing so. It's so easy to do. We'll help you. Even if you're not our customer, just call me. I'll be glad. I help more people that are working with different agencies. I'll show you whatever you want to know. I wish you would implement it. My biggest problem is people don't implement. They listen, they say yes, hip hip hooray, but they don't do anything. If you want more, drop me a line. This is all free. All you have to do is reach out. I'll give you charts, I'll give you outlines, I'll show you how to really dominate, because Valentine's Day may be 1 or 2 days, but it's a great revenue day, and hopefully it helps all of you with any leftover bills, and you're prepared to go into Easter, Admin Day, and Mother's Day. We gotta prepare. Less containers, more mixed arrangements, and designer's choice, designer's choice, designer's choice. No two arrangements will ever be alike. Just solved all your problems. Thanks for watching. Keep in touch. Exceeding your expectations. That's what we